Hi, everybody. We are back for Wisdom Wednesdays. It's December 5th, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm actually recording today from Los Angeles. I am here at a really good friend's house at the Venice Canals, which is absolutely beautiful, overlooking the garden and canals. Like I said, the water is beautiful. Um, so, today, what I'd like to talk about is awakening your fresh start. Awakening your fresh start, because me as the fresh start specialist, my tagline is that it's never too late for a fresh start. And this being December, it's the end of the year. I know that a lot of us are reflecting about what's gone on in our businesses and our personal lives and our relationships over the last year. So what better time to really focus on what kind of a fresh start we want to create for 2013. So, our first point today is that define and accept who you are. That is so important in life in general, but especially at the end of every year when you're moving into the next and you're looking to create something bigger, better, more powerful for yourself. Sometimes, it says define and accept who you are. Take some time this month as the year wraps up to reflect on who you really are. Sometimes our careers, our relationships, unexpected changes, traumatic events, things like that can actually cause us to go so far out of alignment with who we really are that we become almost unrecognizable. When we lose ourselves, then we lack direction. When we lack direction, then we become very vulnerable to all sorts of outside things that may not even be in alignment with what we really want. We kind of can get distracted. And then what happens is we do something that I like to call living by default. And there's so many people who that's the norm for them, to just live by default. Everything happens to me. Well, this came along, so I decided to do that. Oh, but then you ask them, well, is that in line with what it is that you really want or that you're trying to create? And they'll be like, well, no, but it came up. And so that's the way that I went. It was what came to me. So I'd like for us to shift this mindset of this is what's presented to me, so this is what I'll do, to what do I want to create for myself, right? So let's set the intention for what we want in our lives and how we want our lives to look based on the things that we love, the things we're passionate about, the people we want to be around, the lifestyle that we want to live. Let's set that intention, and then let's begin doing the things that will draw those things forth to us. So the next point for our Wisdom Wednesday is get back in integrity with your true self. Once you've gotten reacquainted with your true self or strengthened your internal foundation, you can begin to rebuild your life around that. So think of yourself as a house, right? And when I was in the financial business, I used this example all of the time. We wouldn't build a house on a shaky foundation, would we? So why is it that we're so comfortable building our lives, our entire lives, on a shaky foundation? And what I mean by a shaky foundation in this perspective is ourselves, right? So if we're wandering in the world aimlessly, not really knowing who we are, not identifying with the things that we really want in our life, living by default, right? Then how do we expect to be happy? How do we expect to be happy? How do we expect to be strong and empowered? And then what are we teaching our children, right? So you shouldn't be creating your life without having a strong foundation, internal foundation, spiritual foundation, ethical foundation. Because a strong foundation is built on core values, personal mission statements, and a blueprint. Essentially, you should have a blueprint of what it is that you want your life to look like, so that you will be either consciously or unconsciously or both taking steps towards building the house that you want for yourself. Building the life that you want for yourself. Okay, so that's really something to think about. It's something that I work a lot with on my clients in the first 1 to 3 sessions is, who are you? Who are you? What are you about? What are your core values? What is your mission in life, right? What is the reason you get up every single solitary morning? What keeps you going? And then from that, what is the bigger thing that you'd like to create in your life. And so then we actually map out together that. And then for myself personally, one of my rituals is that I wake up every morning and I take 10 minutes to actually read my personal mission statement, affirm my core values. And then I also have what's called a vision statement that I read through every morning, where I walk through in present tense how I want my life to be, what I want that to look like. And so I read that to myself. And then once I've done that, then I go over my goals for the present year. And I reiterate that. And that I also speak in present terms, because what I'm doing is that I'm reconnecting with my intention. I'm realigning with my integrity and my core values and my personal mission statement. And then that's going out into the universe so that the universe can then bring that to me. Okay, so I just gave you a little free coaching there. Now, of course, if we were doing this one-on-one, I would walk you through step by step to make sure that it's done properly. But if that's something you're interested in, you can contact me, patrina@patrinawisdom.com, and we can set a time to sit down and do that one-on-one. But for now, let's move on to Wisdom Wednesday tip number 3. Accept and release the past and commit to powerfully your future. Okay, so whether you accept or release the past or not, you are creating your future just based on the things that you're doing today. So why not make a decision, a conscious decision, and shift your paradigm and decide, and you all know that's one of my favorite words, decide to powerfully create your future and to fully step into who you were meant to be on this earth. None of us were put here. I got this from Andrea Hess at an event. She says, we weren't put here to do our purpose part-time. Think about that. We were not put here to do our purpose part-time. We were not meant to go to a job 8 to 10 hours a day and then come home and do our responsibilities, right? Do what's expected of us. And then when we get around to it, if we have time, then we'll do our purpose and our passion. No. It's supposed to be the other way around. I say that you should spend 80% of your time in your purpose or your passion, whatever that is. And then from that, you can start to monetize. If you figure out, if you really connect with what it is you want, who you are, what your passions are, and what you're good at, what people ask you to do all the time, and the things that you would do for free, you can then figure out ways to monetize that, and then you're a much happier person, right? So in 2013, in order to awaken your fresh start, you need to do something new. You need to do something boldly and dramatically different from the things that you've done this year. And so I'm here to support you if you need support in that area. That's what I do. That's what I love. That is my passion. So feel free to reach out to me. Again, patrina@patrinawisdom.com. I also want to remind everybody about our Wisdom Wednesday event on December 19th. That's going to be fantastic. A chance for you to come out, meet me in person if you haven't already, sit down with me kneecap to kneecap, connect in a much more personal way, and have some fun, some free appetizers, some wine tasting. The flyer is right underneath the text here, so it has all the information. And lastly, with us speaking about awakening a fresh start, you've probably received a mailer about a Souls Awakened collaboration that I'm doing on good grief. If you haven't jumped on that teleclass, it's not too late. It's phenomenal. The reviews are in. People love it. They're being healed. They're being helped. And it's something you don't want to miss. We will have the replays for that Good Grief teleseminar series running throughout the month. So it's not too late for you to register for the Good Grief teleclass and jump on there for the 4 no-cost classes, okay? 4 no-cost classes. Let us nurture you. Let us teach you and guide you from sad and unhappy endings, which might be the end of the year here and everything you've experienced, into happy, powerful, joyous new beginnings that could start in 2013. So again, it's been so great sharing time and space with you. Visit my website, patrinawisdom.com. Email me at patrina@patrinawisdom.com, or like me on Facebook, Patrina Wisdom, /Patrina Wisdom.